Hello everybody, this is a Sweet 16 game in May Madness. That is the third round. And it's a game between the number 14 seed 2015 New York Mets and the number 2 seed, the 1984 Detroit Tigers. Printed out the starting lineups for each team just to kind of keep me from having to run through them manually. You can see that the Black Knight, Matt Harvey, will be starting for the Mets. And Jack Morris will be starting for the 84 Tigers. And there you see the lineup for the Mets: Granderson, Murphy, Cespedes, Duda, Wright, Kadire, Conforto, d'Arnaud, and Flores for the Mets. And the typical lineup for the Tigers, although I did move Evans to third base to allow Bergman to play first, so we sit Tom Brookins. And otherwise, it's a pretty typical lineup for the Tigers. So as we said, on the mound for the Tigers is Jack Morris, and he will be opposing Curtis Granderson to start things off, as the Sweet 16 game is just about underway. Curtis Granderson against Jack Morris. We got a 4-11 off of Jack Morris. 4-11's a fly ball to right field X. The right fielder in this case for the Tigers is Kirk Gibson. He's a 3. And that's a 10, so that is an error check. And hold the phone, folks. I left my chart, so I'll be right back. And while I'm waiting, you can look over the starting lineups while I'll be right back. I apologize for that, everybody. I always forget something when we're starting off. Hey, Derek, how you doing? Forgot my charts, so can't have an X check without the charts. And the first result was an X check on Kirk Gibson, and it's a 10 for an error check. So Kirk Gibson's error rating is a 15. So we'll check Kirk Gibson for a 15 error rating, and that's a 3. So if we check the right fielder, and his error rating again is a 15, so not that good, obviously. 15's up to here, and the result was a 3. 15 and a 3 is a 2-base error, so Kirk Gibson not helping Jack Morris out here. A 2-base error to start the ball game. Not what the Tigers had in mind for sure, but the Mets will take it, as Granderson's on with nobody out to start the ball game for Daniel Murphy. And it's 4-6. Morris a 4-6. Another X check. This is a ground ball to second for Lou Whitaker. Lou Whitaker is a 1 rated second baseman, so that might help. But it's an 11, so it's another error check. So once again, look at the error rating on Whitaker. He's an E18, and that's a 6. So an E18 and a 6 is a 1-base error. So again, another error. The game starts out with 2 errors, and that puts runners at the corners with nobody out to start the ball game. And Sparky Anderson's got to think, what in the world's going on here? And now Jack Morris has to pitch around all this, but he's got to face Cespedes. That's a 3-5 for Cespedes. 3-5 is going to be a single with 2 stars. So that will score, obviously, an unearned run. But Cespedes will score, or will drive in the run. Murphy will go to third. So runners are at the corners with nobody out. A run's already in. And Lucas Duda steps to the plate, cleanup hitter. It's a 4-8, and Jack Morris, a little shaken up by all these errors. They just walked Lucas Duda. And that will load the bases. So Talk about hot water. Bases loaded, nobody out, and a run's already in for David Wright, the third baseman. That's a 3-8 for Wright. That's a strikeout plus injury, but I'm not doing injuries, so it's simply a strikeout, and it's a big one for Jack Morris. As now a double play can get him out of the inning. And it's going to be the DH, Michael Kadire, stepping to the plate. It's a 3-9 for Kadire, and right on cue, ground ball shortstop A is a 6-4-3 double play. And after all of that mess, Jack Morris gets out of it with only allowing the one run. So we'll see if that comes back to haunt the Mets, as they had missed opportunities. But after half an inning, it is the Mets 1 and the Tigers nothing. And the Black Knight, Matt Harvey, stepping to the plate, or on the mound, I should say. He'll be facing Sweet Lou Whitaker to start things off. It's 2-4 for Whitaker. 2-4, he's going to ground it right back to Harvey, and there's one away. As Harvey's day starts out better than Morris's. Here's Alan Trammell. 6-8. 6-8 for Trammell. Off of Harvey's card is a 1-11 single. 12-20 is a line out to third. And it's a 17, so it's a line out to third for out number 2. Brings up Kirk Gibson. Kirk Gibson. He had that 2-base error to start the game, so try to atone for that. 4-5, but he won't do it. He'll strike out, so he's obviously off to a rough start. Mr. Gibson, he's down on strikes. And the Tigers go rather quietly in the first. 1-2-3. Go to the top of the second, it is 1-0 Mets. And the left fielder, Michael Conforto, will step to the plate. Hello, Steve Ryan. How are you? 4-6 against Morris. Ground ball second base X. We've had that check before for Whitaker. He's going to try it again. He booted it the first time. That's a 15, so that's a good play. When you're a 1-rated second baseman, a 15 is a good play. And Conforto is out. Going to bring up catcher Travis d'Arnaud. And he's a right-handed hitter, 6'9". 6'9" is a fly ball to left, and that is handled out there by Rupert Jones for out number 2. Brings up the number 9 hitter, shortstop Wilmer Flores. Flores, a 3-5, is a ground ball back to Morris, and that's going to end the inning. So pretty easily that time for Morris. 1-2-3, and we go to the bottom of the second. Black Knight back on the bump. Be facing the catcher, Lance Parrish. That's a 4-7, and that's a strikeout for Matt Harvey. One away, and that'll bring up third baseman Darrell Evans. He usually plays first, was playing third today. He's a 4-14 at third and a 4-4 at first, so not much of a drop-off to move him to third and get a better hitter in there at first base. 5-6 for Evans against Harvey is a fly to center, and that's 2 away. 2 up, 2 down for left fielder Rupert Jones. That's a 6-4. 6-4 is a ground ball shortstop X. That's Wilmer Flores. Unfortunately for Harvey, he's a 4-rated shortstop. But that's a 20, so when you roll a 20, doesn't matter what you are, you'll make the play. So Wilmer Flores, no crying there. He was able to make the play. And down go the Tigers in the second. So we go to the top of the third. Morris back out there. Top of the order, Curtis Granderson. 6-10 against a lefty. 6-10 is a catcher X, and that's Lance Parrish. Fortunately, no one's on base, so even if you roll that pass ball thing, it's not going to hurt you. Parrish is a 1, and that's an 8. And on a catcher, an 8 on a 1. A 1 and an 8 is a ground ball B, so easy play there for Parrish as he pounces out from behind the plate to throw out the speedy Granderson. One away for Daniel Murphy. That's a 1-10 for Murphy. 1-10 is a ground ball to third, and that's handled out there by Evans, 2 away. So since those first 2 errors to start the game, everything's kind of settled down a little bit. Here's Cespedes. He had the RBI single his first time up. 3-5. 3-5 for Cespedes is another single. Nobody's on base, but he's 2 for 2. Brings up Lucas Duda. And Cespedes is only a C stealer, so he's not going anywhere. 2-6 for Duda, and that's a strikeout. Jack Morris comes back to get him, and the inning is over. So bottom of the third, still 1-0 in favor of the Mets. And that'll bring up center fielder Chet Lemon for the Tigers. That's a 4-10, and that's a fly ball to right. So Harvey still mowing along here, facing the DH, Johnny Grubb. That's a 2-7 for Grubb, and that's a base hit to left field. So Johnny Grubb, first base runner for the Tigers, comes with 1 out. And that'll bring up first baseman Dave Bergman. So 6-3 against Harvey. That's a ground ball third base X. That's David Wright, and he's a 3 rated third baseman. But if he makes the play, he could get a double play out of this. It's a 3. That might be a base hit. In fact, I'm fairly sure it is. A 3 and a 3. We'll verify. Yep, a 3 and a 3 is a single with 1 star. So Bergman sneaks it past David Wright. Grubb has to stop at third. So runners are at first and second with 1 out, top of the order, and Lou Whitaker. And that is a 5-7 against Harvey. And that's going to be a strikeout. So he strikes out Sweet Lou. 2 down. And that'll bring up Alan Trammell. Trammell, a 5-7 against Harvey, is another strikeout. So the Black Knight strikes with 2 strikeouts and quells that rally. Nothing doing for the Tigers in the third. We go to the fourth. Still 1-0 in favor of the Mets. And David Wright, third baseman, will lead things off. It's a 3-4. 3-4, he's going to ground it back to Morris, and that's 1 away. So since those first couple of errors, the pitchers have kind of ruled the roost the rest of the way. Here's Kadire. That's why we're motoring along here. 5-11. Of course, as soon as I say that, it's going to slow down. 5-11 is a ground ball first base X. That is Bergman, and Bergman is a 2 rated first baseman, whereas Evans would have been a 4 rated first baseman. A 2 rated first baseman at a 16, that's a good play. And that's 2 away as Kadire is out of there. That'll bring up Conforto. 2 outs, base is empty, and it's a 6-10. 6-10 is a catcher X again, and that is Parrish. He is a 1 rated catcher. And that's an 8, and I believe we had that one before. We'll double check it. Yep, sure is. Ground ball B. That was a result from before, ground ball B. So Parrish, quick as a cat, gets out there and throws Conforto out to end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Mets. We go to the bottom of the fourth, still 1-0. And the Black Knight, Matt Harvey, trying to protect that 1-0 lead, will face Kirk Gibson. He's had a rough day, a 2-base error, and he struck out. It's a 3-10. 3-10, this time he's going to walk. So at least he got something going there. He is an A Steeler, so he may think about running. They may think about running. Darno is a 0 arm. So as an A Steeler, he starts out as a 15. Being held, he becomes a 13 with a 0 arm. So 1-13, he'll make it. So Kirk Gibson's going to get the green light. And he's in there with a 3, and when it's a 1, 2, or 3, we need to re-roll and check Darno for a bad throw. His T rating is 1-7. It's a 12, so it's no error on the play, but it is a stolen base for Parrish. He's in scoring position. I'm sorry, for Gibson. He's in scoring position for Parrish, and it also takes the double play out of the equation, unless you get a line out max. 6-12 against Harvey is a ground ball pitcher X. He is a 3 rated pitcher with an E15. So he's a 3 rated pitcher and an E15. Most times on the pitchers, you go to that error check. 17. Yep, barely. So an error check, and he is an E15. And that is an 8. So an E15 for a pitcher and an 8 is a ground ball A. So that would have been a double play had he not had a stolen base. But with the play in front of him, Gibson had to hold. And there's 1 away, as Parrish could not advance him. And Darrell Evans, the batter. Hello, Mark Russell. How are you doing? 1-8 for Evans against the Black Knight, and he strikes out. So there's 2 away. And it's up to Rupert Jones. And Rupert grounded to short his first time. It's a 5-7 against Harvey. And guess what? That's another strikeout. So the Black Knight has the K pitch working today. So he strikes out Rupert Jones to end the fourth. We go to the fifth. It's still 1-0 Mets. And Jack Morris back on the bump, facing Travis d'Arnaud. 2-6 or 2-5 rather. 2-5 for d'Arnaud is going to be a walk. So d'Arnaud will start things off. Wilmer Flores, number 9 hitter, is up. He's only a D bunter, so they're going to have him swing away. Hits into a double play, so be it. 4-6. 4-6 is a ground ball second base exit. Could be that double play, as Lou Whitaker is a 1 rated second baseman. And that is a 4. So a 1 rated second baseman and a 4, I believe, is a ground ball A. I think anything with a 1 rated is going to be an A. So that's a double play. And that's what they were afraid of. 4-6-3. Maybe he should have bunted anyway, even though he was not a good bunter. Would have been an E-rated bunter had he tried. So almost no-win situation there. Here's Curtis Granderson with 2 outs and the bases empty. And that's a 1-8. Curtis Granderson, a 1-8 is a fly to center. Chet Lemon's got it. Innings over. Down go the Mets. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and it's still 1-0 Mets over the Tigers. And that'll bring up Chet Lemon, who just caught that fly ball. He will lead off. It's a 5-5, and guess what? Another strikeout has been found on Matt Harvey's card. That is a strikeout. As I total it up real quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7 strikeouts for Matt Harvey. And now bring up Johnny Grubb, who did single his first time up. 3-4. 3-4 is a ground ball to third. David Wright will handle it. 2 down. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Dave Bergman. That's a 5-9 against Harvey. There's a 1-16 and home run chance, and he does have normal power against righties. So 1-16, and Dave Bergman will have his home run to tie the ball game. And that's a 3, so that will do it. Home run, Dave Bergman, as he took Harvey deep to tie the ball game, and that was Sparky, a shrewd move, inserting Dave Bergman into the lineup at first base and moving Evans to third and benching Tom Brookins. So far it's worked to perfection. Here's Lou Whitaker. It's a 6-5. Ground ball shortstop X, that's Flores, and again, he's a 4. Now, last time he got a D20 to help him out, or 20 on the D20 to help him out. This time he's got an 18, and that's also going to help him out because an 18 on a 4 is an out. So Flores escaping the error check with those high numbers on the D20. And the 5th inning comes to a close, but the Tigers have tied the ball game on the Bergman home run. We can start the 6th, and it is Daniel Murphy to lead things off. He's 0 for 2, reached on an error and grounded to third. It is a 1-6. 1-6, he's going to pop it up to Whitaker at second for out number 1. 1 away, and that'll bring up Yoenis Cespedes. He's 2 for 2, 2 singles. 5-5, this time he's going to ground it out to Whitaker, so Whitaker's getting some work in over there at second base. 2 down. For the first baseman, Lucas Duda, he's 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. 1-7. 1-7, he's going to ground it out to short. He just missed a double. Grounded out to Trammell, and that's going to end the inning as the Mets go quietly again, as Jack Morris is settled in quite nicely. Here's Harvey, and the 6th inning is Harvey's point of weakness inning, so we'll have to keep an eye on that, see how he does. He's going to face Alan Trammell. Start things off. It's a 2-8, and Trammell is going to ground to short, so Flores able to make that play. 1 away for Kirk Gibson, and that's a 2-9 for Gibson. 2-9 is a fly ball right field, so that's 2 away. 2 up, 2 down for Lance Parrish, and that's a 2-10 for Parrish. 2-10 is a ground ball to short. Ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. 1-2-3. We go to the 7th. It's still 1-1, and Jack Morris will now be starting his point of weakness inning, which is the 7th, and he's going to be facing David Wright. It's a 3-2 for Wright, and that's going to be a base hit, a single for David Wright, and the Mets try to get something going. That's 1 knock against Morris's point of weakness. Here's Kadire, the DH. 5'6". 5'6" is a ground ball shortstop X. That is Trammell. He's a 1. And that's a 12, which is an error check. Barely, but it is an error check. Trammell is an E14. And that's a 2, so that's problematic. E14 and a 2, that means I got to roll the white die, because you go by this. When you get to the 2, it splits it. If I roll a 1 to 3 on the white die, it's a 2-base error. And if I roll a 4 to 6 on the white die, it's a ground ball A. So the difference between a 2-base error and a 6-4-3 double play is in this white die. So and a lot of people like to roll that with the fielding roll, but I always wait to see if it's needed. So I'm doing that here. And again, what we're looking for from Trammell on this 14 roll is a 1 to 3 is a 2-base error, a 4, 5, or 6, and it's a double play. It's a 2, so it's a 2-base error on Trammell, and that will allow Wright to go to third base, and Kadire will go to second, and Morris is beside himself as Wright now goes to third. Second and third, nobody out, and that'll bring up Conforto, left fielder. Infield's playing back because they don't want to give up a big inning. They'll give up 1 run, but they don't want to give up a bunch. 2-11. 2-11 is a ground ball first base A, and I believe on the back chart that a ground ball A does actually score the run. I don't have it in front of me. I should, but I don't. The basic one, but I don't use the basic one. There's a chart in the back of the rule book that is like a super advanced, and that's what I use on the ground balls and fly balls. So that actually will score a run with the infield back. Let me double check that. 2-11. It was 2. No, I take that back. I stand corrected. The chart says if it's grounded to second or short, that they will score. But if it's hit to first or third, they have to hold. So I'm going to default to that. Somebody please tell me if I'm right or wrong on that. But that's what I'm going with. Since it was to a corner infielder, it would have been close enough to hold the runner. So we're going to hold the runner there. Keep runners at second and third. And if I play that wrong, I apologize. Here's Travis d'Arnaud, catcher. It's a 3-9 for d'Arnaud. 3-9 is a strikeout. So there's 2 away as Morris tries to pitch out of this. And it's up to Wilmer Flores to bring the run home. 3-8. 3-8 from Flores is a pop out to the shortstop. And that's going to do it. That's going to end the inning. Morris is going to pitch out of this mess. And again, like I said, I hope I played that correctly. I know if I play it the way the book says it, I played it correctly, because the ground ball A, the runner does not advance. They hold. So hopefully that was correct all the way around. All right, so Matt Harvey, he's past his point of weakness, but in innings, but he didn't give up anything in the third. Hey Espo, how you doing? Didn't give up anything in the third. I'm sorry, in the sixth. So he's going to keep going. He's still got 3 notches to get his point of weakness. Espo, in case you're curious, I'm playing this advanced rules only. So I know you're used to super advanced, but I'm doing advanced for this tournament. So if you see me doing things like that's not the way we do it in super advanced, you'll know why. All right, here's Darrell Evans. It's a 2-10. Darrell Evans, 2-10 is a ground ball to third for Mr. Evans, and that will be handled by Mr. Wright. 1 down, and Rupert Jones, the batter. 1-1 tie, bottom of the 7th. It's a 6-6 against Harvey. 6-6 is a fly ball to left. That'll be handled by Conforto. 2 away for Chet Lemon. Chet Lemon, it's a 5-7 against Harvey. And Mr. Harvey has just got a strikeout. And that's going to end the inning. So we go to the 8th. Both starters still in there. Although Morris, let's see, he's given up 1 hit. The error does not count against his weakness, I don't believe. But the single does. So he's got a couple more hits to give up, or walk or whatnot. So top of the order, Granderson starts the 8th. It's a 2-9. 2-9 for Granderson is a strikeout. So Curtis Granderson with a strikeout. 1 away for Daniel Murphy. Might need somebody to jack one to break this tie. It's a 2-6 for Murphy. 2-6 is a ground ball pitcher A. And that's a Jack Morris easy play. And that'll bring up Cespedes. He's certainly capable. Hello, Larry Harris. How you doing? He's certainly capable of breaking the tie with one swing of the bat. 6-8. 6-8 is off of I forgot to change the cards. My bad. Should be Morris up here. 6-8 is a single to center field. I'm sorry, to right field. 6-8 is a single to right field. Single to right field. Cespedes keeps it going with a 2-out single. And that brings up Duda. Lucas Duda. 3-4. 3-4, he gets plunked. He gets hit by the pitch. So Jack Morris has now officially reached his point of weakness. And David Wright is up, but they're going to give him one more chance. He's a Bulldog. They're going to stick with him. Although Willie, don't call me Willie Hernandez is in the bullpen ready to go. But they're going to give him one more shot against David Wright. 6-2, 6-2. And look at this. He went past his point of weakness. I took the chance, and look what happens. He found a dot. So when you find a dot, if I'm not mistaken, that's a ground ball. That's a single with 2 stars. And that's a base hit that's going to put the Mets in the lead. So we went one batter too many with Mr. Morris, and it paid, and the Tigers paid for it. But that's going to be all for Jack Morris. He will leave, and Willie Hernandez, or Guillermo, don't call me Willie Hernandez, is in the ball game. And he'll try to keep things right where they are. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Is that point of weakness, is that a 1 star or 2 stars? I'm thinking it's 2 stars. And I don't have the little cheat sheet in front of me. Like I said, I always forget something when I'm going to play these games. But so I'm counting it as 2 stars. Okay, thank you, Espo. So the 2 stars were correct. And like I said, took a chance, backfired, but what are you going to do? So Michael Kadire facing Willie Hernandez. Even though it's a lefty facing a righty, he's the best they've got, so that's what they're going with. 2-4. 2-4 is a ground ball shortstop A for Kadire, and that's going to end the inning. What the Mets do, break that tie, take a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th, and now the Mets bullpen is warming up in earnest. Jeurys Familia might be called on to try to get a 2-inning save. But they also have some other guys in their bullpen that they could go to. Not sure who they trust. That's a bigger thing, too. They got lefty Sean Gilmartin. So they're going to bring in Sean Gilmartin. They're going to say Harvey's done enough, pitched his 7 innings. And Sean Gilmartin, the lefty, is coming in because the Tigers have some lefties coming up to bat. So Sean Gilmartin is in. But Sparky is going to counter that with a pinch hitter. So Johnny Grubb, the DH, the lefty, is coming out, and Barbaro Garbe will pinch hit and DH in his spot. So Barbaro Garbe is the new DH, and he's going to pinch hit for Johnny Grubb to start the bottom of the 8th. So Barbaro Garbe against Sean Gilmartin. It's a 6-8 for Gilmartin against a righty, and Gilmartin's going to strike him out. Oddly enough, had he been facing a lefty, it would have been a base hit, but Garbe strikes out. So that brings up Dave Bergman. Dave Bergman, first baseman. He is singled and homered, so you're not pinch hitting for him. Not with a hot bat. 2-8. 2-8, and he's going to do it again. 3 hits in the game. That's a single against the lefty. 2-8 is a single. Bergman is 3 for 3, so Sparky definitely had that move pegged. Here's Lou Whitaker. It's a 6-5 against Gilmartin, and that's a strikeout, so he strikes out Sweet Lou for 2 down. But that's going to do it for Gilmartin. That is going to do it for Gilmartin. And we're going to get Jeurys Familia. He's going to come in and try to get a 4-out save as the right-hander Trammell is up. So Familia against Trammell. 6-7, and that's a strikeout. Familia gets the strikeout of Trammell, and that's going to end the bottom of the 8th. So the 2015 Tigers looking to upset the number 2 seed. I'm sorry, the 14 Mets looking to upset the 2 seed Tigers, and they just might do it. We go to the 9th. It's 2-1 Mets, and Willie Hernandez back on the hill. Scheduled to bat for the Mets is Conforto as the left fielder. He is going to exit, and Juan Lagares is going to pinch hit. Juan Lagares will pinch hit and stay in the game in center field. Cespedes will move to left field for the bottom of the 9th, but Lagares will pinch hit for Conforto to start off the top of the 9th against Willie Hernandez. As the wheels are turning, Terry Collins and Sparky Anderson pulling all the strings. Here's Lagares. 3-4 against a lefty for Lagares. He's going to ground it back to the pitcher, so that didn't work out too well for him. 1-3 put out, but they do improve defensively for sure. So here's Travis d'Arnaud. That's a 5-3, and that's a ground ball to first. Bergman will make the play. 3 unassisted. 2 down for Wilmer Flores. Wilmer Flores. Oops, missed the bucket. That usually helps if you get the bucket in there. 5-10. 5-10 is a catcher X. Had a couple of those. Parrish is a 1. And that's a 1. So a 1 and a 1 for a catcher, I believe. Yep, it's a pass ball and a pop out. Nobody's on base. Pass ball and foul out, my bad. So it's a foul out to end the top of the 9th. So we go to the bottom of the 9th, and last chance for the Tigers as Jeurys Familia has to get through the heart of the order, Gibson, Parrish, and Evans. So if he's going to get the save, he's going to earn it. Here's Kirk Gibson to 4-6. 4-6, a 1-7 is a double, and a 8-20 is a fly to center. So could be a double here if it's a 1-7. It's a 2, so it's Gibson with a leadoff double, and he represents the tying run as Lance Parrish is up. Normally a bunt situation here, but Parrish is a C bunter, so they let him swing away. There's no danger of a double play. 6-8 against Familia. 6-8. It's a ground ball shortstop A. That will freeze Gibson at second base. So there's one away for Darrell Evans. So Darrell Evans will get a shot. It's a 2-7 for Evans. 2-7 is a strikeout. Oh, he just missed a home run chance, but he ended up with a strikeout. So Familia strikes out Darrell Evans. And his last call for the Tigers is Rupert Jones, last chance. Familia trying to close it out. It's a 6-3. Look at that. 6-2 would have been a home run chance, but a 6-3 is a fly ball to left field. And keep in mind, Conforto is no longer in left. Cespedes has moved over to left. He is a 3-rated left fielder, which is better than the 4 rating that Conforto had. 3-rated left fielder in 18, that's going to do it. That's going to be a good catch. And the ball game is over. The Mets defeat the Tigers by the score of 2-1 as the Black Knight, Matt Harvey, teams up with Gil Martin and Familia to close it out and upset the second-rated Detroit Tigers. So hope everybody enjoyed that. I know Espo maybe gave the Mets some good karma there, Espo. I'm not sure. But the 2015 Mets were able to hang on and win that game. And since Harvey pitched, he will not be eligible to pitch in the next round, but that's okay by them because they have Jacob deGrom, and he'll be going in the next round. And the Tigers go back in the sin bin, waiting for another chance to play another day. But it won't be in this tournament any longer because they are out of there. It's one and done. So it's 6:30 here on the East Coast. I've got my meeting at 7, so I can take maybe a minute or two if anybody wants to chat or anything, or else I don't know if Tabletop has something going on later on Tabletop Baseball. But certainly if he does, be sure to check that out and support his channel. Puts out good stuff. I think the League of Domination he might have his Game 6 coming up here shortly between the 86 Mets and I believe it's the 95 Indians. So anyway, that's what's going on with that. So again, the final score was the 2015 Mets 2, the 84 Tigers 1, and they advance to the Elite Eight and await their next opponent, depending on who it is. Hello, Al Red Sox fans. I just finished up our game, and the Tigers fall to the Mets by the score of 2-1. So the 2015 Mets advance to the Elite Eight and await their next opponent. And it's good to see everybody that joined in. I appreciate all you guys watching and chatting, or just watching, whichever the case may be. And especially good to see you, Espo. Glad to see you're doing okay. If you're just busy, that's a good thing, because that means you're gainfully doing things and staying busy and having a good time, hopefully. When you're that busy, then your free time becomes that much more enjoyable and appreciated. So, and this Monday night or Monday evening thing is pretty much I have an hour or so to where I'm waiting between things I have to do, so that gives me perfect time to get this in, and hopefully it doesn't interfere with one of the Earls. Yes, sorry, Al, Red Sox fan. I think I started this at about 10 minutes to 6. So we're wrapping things up. Mets win it by a score of 2-1. And the 2015 Mets, as a number 14 seed in this tournament, have made it to the Elite Eight. That is the well, that's good to hear, Espo. I'm glad to hear that. Hope you're still rolling some games, even if it's offline. Keep Stratting on, as Tenacious would say. So, and I'm going to keep Stratting on myself, because I want to get this tournament finished while it's still May. And you got 8 more games, or 7 more games to go here in the Sweet 16. Actually, 6 more games to go, because I've already played one. So, but we're already, late into the month. We're already, the 22nd or so. So, yeah, 22nd I think today is. So anyway, that's going to do it from here. I hope everybody has an enjoyable Monday. I know it's a Monday, but it's the Monday evening, so hopefully you all will have an enjoyable evening and enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And I will see everybody down the road.